Now, as you're probably aware, Chile served a lawsuit on a couple of cops and a city. And yes, that is the lawsuit scrolling. Maybe I'll give you a slightly longer view as we go through this video. But we start with Exhibit 1, or what I can assume is part of Exhibit 1, which is the plaintiff's dash cam. Now, of course, the source for these videos is Delete Laws, and hence at times we might hear from him, and also the screen may be covered with some writing that he's put up there.
The driver, who would eventually cause an accident, seemed to be irritated that he pulled out because he immediately slammed on his brakes. Notice how far away the semi is in front of the other driver.
Let's look at how this is described in the lawsuit. Whilst it scrolls, it would seem that the fact that his parents are visiting from overseas are Muslims and the plaintiff is diabetic has nothing to do with the traffic incident. Now, I stopped it there because, as you can see, the semi in front of the person the plaintiff had an accident with appears to have his brake lights on and slowing down also, so it's not unreasonable for the white SUV to slow down.
Driver, Yunez, points out to his parents, wow, this guy just slammed on his brakes. Now,
as I see it at this point, you have a semi that is preparing for a left-hand turn and he's giving himself room and slowed. You have the SUV behind him who has slowed to also give him room. And I don't know what the guy said in Arabic, but if he did say, wow, this guy slowed down, but he did slow down for a reason.
Now Yunez pulls in behind him to take a left-hand turn. He's actually laughing with his parents that this guy...
And I think at this point you can see the reason for the SUV brakes are to provide room for the semi to complete the left-hand turn and to not undertake him while he's doing that.
He hits his brakes again here in the intersection, and then when it's clear, watch what the other driver does. Slams on his brakes. Yunez has to...
Now, in a little caption, Delete Laws had said that the alarm was going off because the guy had slammed on his brakes. But if you notice, the alarm is going off prior to the slamming on of the brakes, and it's probably because the plaintiff was too close and he had a warning system on his truck. Now, as this scrolls, notice the words brake checked again to a complete stop. Now, up to this point, there has been no mention of the SUV coming to a complete stop in the claim. And personally, I didn't notice that on the video. It does appear that the SUV driver does slam his brakes on and possibly tries to brake check the plaintiff's vehicle. I'm not certain from the video that there's any evidence that the SUV came to a complete stop, and perhaps the plaintiff had to swerve to the right because he was following the SUV too close.
To take evasive action. When he goes to pass him, the other driver punches it.
Now, this video evidence could be also interpreted as the plaintiff's truck cutting in on the SUV, causing the rear bumper to be hit. Again, as you read, I'd like you to notice the word immediately. You will probably notice that there is a cut in the video. So the video evidence as provided by Chile so far doesn't prove that word immediately. I would suggest that often after an accident, the two drivers assert that they were in the right and may start cursing at one another. That's not unusual.
Oh, you're the one that's acting like an asshole.
I'm not acting like an asshole.
You're at me, dude.
I had the blinkers.
You're swinging around me and then you try to cut me off? Fuck you, dude. Just get the cops here, man.
Right. Yes, ma'am. I got hit in Forney, an intersection by Murphy Walmart.
By Murphy's? Okay, is your car drivable?
It is, but I got hit really bad.
Now, that concludes part one of looking at this lawsuit. The video's gone slightly longer than I thought it would. I do have other video from the police body cameras that we can look at with the other elements of the lawsuit. If you'd like me to continue to part two, please let me know in the comments. Thank you very much for watching.